Okay, so before this video gets started, there is one small thing that I just saw over Discord and something you guys should highly do. I mean, this is probably the biggest exploit out of the Relics. I hope I don't get banned for this. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's just poor, what's it called, like coding, I guess, like how CG put this all together. This is a little trick. This is not game changing. It doesn't make it so you get, this huge advantage over anybody. This is more for gear, and this is more for relics and how to upgrade them without having to waste all your good gear. So at level 4 to 5, this is what my Anakin looks like. You need this piece here. The people are calling it like a, what is it, like a cinnamon roll almost, like a Cinnabon. But it's called a heatsink, a rhodium heatsink. So we're going to go find this piece. But as you can see here, these are all really important gear pieces, especially this Mark V one. I'm going to actually lock that one up because a lot of the Gear 13, to get Gear 13, you need a lot of those. Everything else is very crucial as well. But this one piece here, right here, where is it? Okay, we're going to unlock it. This piece here, the projector. This is a not as, attractive piece of gear, but you can potentially have a lot of these, especially if you're playing long term. So you can see here, you just keep stacking it up. We got like, what, 25 almost? And guess what? You only get 5 of these. And to get the whole 20, you need a lot more. But for this little trick, you can just kind of squeeze your way through this, and you don't need to worry about it. So what you do now is craft a piece. That's pretty much what you do. We're going to try to craft it. Is there anybody here that we can craft it on, maybe? I got to go lower gear. Let's see. Can we craft this on anybody? Let's see. Not any there. This guy? No, it's not the right piece. What about this guy? Cup coming in clutch. All right, so here you go. Craft it. What does that do now? I'll show you. So now you come back to your Anakin. That piece is already crafted now, and guess what you can do? It's a very cool thing that you can actually do to kind of speed up the process of your upgrading. And like I said, I'm not sure if this is called like an exploit or just kind of a small little, game flaw. But what you do from here is you unlock this piece here, and guess what? We have one of these pieces. You get the thing here, and why this is so huge is because you get more levels from a fully crafted piece of this gear than you do from just a bunch of the salvages. So now we craft it, you get 10. If you want to see the difference here, we can just clear it. And we unlock it back, and we're going to just spam. You get like 5. Let's say we get 5. That's only good for like 1, and that's not very good. You get a lot more bang for your buck if you just do one of these. Just craft a full piece. The other crafted pieces, you get 500 as well. But are you really going to want to craft a full-on carb, a full-on gun, a full-on Cairo even? It's not worth it, guys. This piece, I think, is one of the easiest ones, and you guys should be looking out for some of these pieces in your different shops. So this is a great way to go about getting these pieces. We're going to clear it, and we're going to actually convert it, because this is something I'm going to do on my Anakin. It's going to help me out. And you get 10. So all you got to do is just get a full-on piece there, craft it, come back into the relics, and then you're good to go. These are pretty cheap as well from the shops. I think you can buy like 2 for 600 crystals. That's okay. But for like this purpose, it's pretty dang good. So just a small thing I want to throw in before the video got started, guys.
Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
How you guys doing? So today's video will be talking about some of my picks, or just relics and these tunes that relics might be really good on, and things that might be flying under the radar and something to look into. So first and foremost, relics I think will be in the game when this video is live. I thought it was last video, but no, it should be this next video, or this video to that should be going up live tomorrow, and we'll see all these relics. But let's just start this video off by chatting about 2 really important things when it comes to finding out really good tunes when it comes to their relics. So, like, just for example, 5s. I think 5s is a really great relic, but we can go into that later. But the thing that I'm trying to mention here is you get their main, what's it called? Their their value, I guess you could say, and their strength. And this one is 5s is his strength. And then later down here, you can see their mastery. So they're both highlighted in green. Oh, here it is, the attribute. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. Their attributes. So you get the strength, agility, and tactics. And then later down here, you get the mastery. The mastery is different for every single character in the game. And same with like their agility. Like these are both like hand in hand. So for 5s, he gets increased physical damage, health, and armor as you like increase just the guy's stats and his levels, his gear, all that sort of stuff, and even more so with the levels of the relics. And then later down here with the masteries increase as well with the relics, and the masteries are more with relics than anything else here. So when we're mentioning really good or just low, under the radar like tunes that could be really, really good with masteries, you got to look at these here. So for example, 5's mastery is his increased armor, health, steal, and protection. I'm going to mention a few different people that I think are really good, and then I'm going to go and chat about just kind of standard teams that you might be just already knowing that they're going to be good anyways, like a Malik, like Darth Rev, and stuff like that. But for a lot of these guys I want to talk about, I'm going to go specific into the GR faction as well. That GR faction, I think, is still going to be one of the best because of this little thing here called Health Steal. I think Health Steal, with that whole Padme team, and when you implement Anakin's unique Zeta, where he gets 100% TM whenever somebody falls below half health, I think that's huge. And Health Steal can help out with that and generate even more potential turns with Anakin. But let's start this list off by going over some that I think are some that you guys might not think that could be good, but could really be good with potential reworks, and just some that people haven't thought about. So let's go chat about some of those. So one I want to go over kind of first in this this little guide here, or not guide, like the list, I guess you could say, is the Triumvirate. I think the Triumvirate are going to be great at Gear 13 with the Relics. Probably going to be useful, still lower tier with what you want to try to accomplish with the team, but the Triumvirate and what they get with the Relics and the Masteries really seem to be really good. First and foremost, the Traya leadership is the leadership you're going to be running here, and with it you get more crit avoidance. And with crit avoidance, you see now here at the Mastery, she gains more crit avoidance, which is pretty nuts, I think. And there's a lot of different tunes in this Masteries that get a lot of crit avoidance. And there is one I want to mention, we'll go after that a little bit later in the video, that has crit avoidance I think might be really good. But for the Triumvirate, when you're chatting about a leadership that gives out crit avoidance, it's really, really big. Excuse me. I think Traya is going to be really good because of her leading crit avoidance. I mean, what else do you want to say here? And then the Darth Scion here, increased armor, health, steal, protection. I mean, that's pretty solid. I wouldn't say this is something you guys should be doing first, but it's something to consider when you're chatting about the Triumvirate. And then later here, we chat about Nihilus. Nihilus, defense penetration, health steal. I mean, health steal I think is going to be pretty dang big. Just, all over the place with these relics. And, later down the line, we'll chat about Malik. I mean, Malik's going to be stupid, just stupid nuts with the health steal. But I think the first one we're going to chat about here is Trey. I think the crit avoidance is going to be huge, especially partnering with that with her leadership. I think that's going to be awesome. So another one, this is another Sith, is Count Dooku. I think this one could be really good depending on the relic and like the amount of damage he could be possibly doing. Let's just say like this is best case scenario and he's going to be dealing a lot of damage. Like let's just say it's going to be 20k per hit on his basic, and let's say that's a counter. And with his kit, the counters deal where is it at? It's on this building, I think. Attacks out of turn when he has this. I'm not going to butcher that. When he has the riposte. I'm so bad at that name, but whenever he's attacking on a turn, he ignores protection. So this could be really good potentially because his relic gives him more crit damage and more damage with more critical chance, and his agility base, his attribute, gives him more physical damage and all that sort of stuff right there. So potentially this could be a nuts and really disgusting, defense type of guy here with all of his attack out of turns. And then just like if you want to throw him in his leadership in like another defensive team, I think this could be really, really good. Just something to look out here, guys. All right, so this is for the Karth team. This is one I want to chat about is Canderous Ordo. We already know like Gear 13 he can hit like a truck, and when you modded him correctly, I know Clash does like some of these teams here with this Canderous. He can hit upwards of like 50k. So just partnering that with the new relic and even more potential damage, especially with his basic, and just keep on attacking. You can see some really big damage here, guys. His base attribute is strength, so that means he's getting more damage pretty much in HP and armor. And then his mastery is even more damage and defense penetration. So I can just see this guy just popping off with the Karth lead and a Gear 13 with some really good like high-level relics. I mean, this guy could be really scary to fight, because if you don't leave him, right, if you do leave him unchecked and he just keeps on popping these basics on you, he could be just annihilating you and just like two-shotting you almost with his basic. So I think Kenris is another low-flying one that people aren't really chatting about too much in these other YouTuber videos. This one is for the Night Sisters. I think Talzin can be really good. I still think Daka is probably the better one, but we'll go into like just obvious good ones that you guys should probably invest into first. But these ones I think could be really potentially good, and Talzin's one for the Night Sisters I think is going to be good. All of her attacks are special damage attacks, and she has a pretty high base special damage. I mean, you go down here, it's almost like, for mine, it's not even that crazy of mods I have, and it's like already 6k. And very, very good, because her tactics give out more special damage and resistance, and then on top of that, the mastery gives out even more damage. On top of that, you get crit avoidance here, and accuracy. I think crit avoidance, like I said, is going to be a theme with these relics, and something that can be really, really disgusting. And especially with Talzin, you get damage with crit avoidance. I mean, that's kind of best of both worlds here. Being able to, deal this massive amounts of AoE damage with her plague, and I mean, people are going to have a hard time hitting her with all the crit avoidance, and then maybe, of course, a stat boost with her HP and all that protection. I mean, that could be a really hard tune to get through. And on top of that, in the Night Sister team, you already have to worry about Daka. I mean, that's going to be really, really tough, and not even to mention zombies. So I think Talzin could be a really, really good potential relic to level up. Alright, so I have to give some love to my boy Anakin. I mean, this is probably an obvious choice for a lot of you guys, and ones you should probably look into, but I want to slot him in here because I'm not sure if a lot of people understand how good Anakin can actually be with a high-level relic, and I'm really considering, at this point, getting this guy's relic up immediately. Probably not level 7 or anything like that, but I mean, pretty high up there, like maybe level 4 or 5, depending on how hard that is to get there, but the reason why Anakin's going to be so good is, for one, he's going to be under Padme, and we're going to chat about Padme a little bit later, and two, his damage is going to be disgusting high because of his offense, or what is it called? His offense being able to do more offense and more damage when somebody goes and he gets his bonus turn. And then, I mean, his AoE gives out even more offense up, so just the potential damage for this guy. On top of this, his base attribute is strength, which gives out more physical damage, health, and armor, plus the accuracy, damage, and defense penetration. This guy is all about DPS, and having to worry about like other people, and then like let's just say somebody goes below half health, he gets his turn, he could do upwards of like 100k, and that's without even any like offense up buffs or anything like that. And that's just disgusting to think about. I mean, this guy should be something to really consider when you're talking about a DPS tune. This guy could be a potential Grievous nuke team, but just without having for anybody to die on the team for the damage to get increased. I think this could be really something to look into here on Anakin. Okay, so one that I was going to mention later, and I just totally spaced it, was Padme. I'm not sure how the heck did I forget Padme, guys. Padme is amazing. Her relic, let's just see what it kind of gives. The strength is her base attribute. She gets physical damage, HP, and armor. More HP will be huge, especially with all the protection up stacks and her big cleanse. And the extra damage is going to be really helpful just in general. Mastery, though, increased accuracy, and defense penetration, which is huge for just some nicer damage, and also health steal, guys. This is probably the biggest thing here. I was mentioning a little bit earlier, and with her and Anakin, and especially Anakin Zeta, and the extra bonus turns they're going to be getting whenever somebody's falling below half health. With health steal in this team here, you can be able to pop off a lot more turns with health steal, because let's just say you're at 100%, you're at like full HP, and then you get dropped down to half HP. They get a bonus turn there, and let's say she gets to go with her basic or her kick, whatever it may be. More health steal means that she can just pop off all these extra turns. And as you can already see here, this is Gear 13 without any relics in the game. Base health steal is 65%. This could just be ridiculous. This could be even better than a Malik, or maybe close to a Malik with his health steal. I could just see this possibility being really, really good, especially with like a basic. I mean, a basic could just fill up her HP, I mean, almost full, and then on top of that, on her basic, you get even protection up. So this is a really, really solid relic to, think about getting to, you know, either maybe max or just close to max. I mean, this is really solid, guys. Health steal is going to be huge. All right, so this is probably one of the last ones we're going to chat about for the low flying ones that not a whole lot of people are looking at. This guy is one of the ones I was mentioning that is not good right now when we see his relic and his kit, but if he does, this is Mace, by the way. If Mace does happen to get a really, really good rework with a potential better Shatterpoint, with he like maybe stuns on Shatterpoint, or he does massive amounts of damage on Shatterpoint, this would be a top tier relic and a Gear 13 to invest in my opinion. So what do you get with his attributes? For one, it's tactics. Tactics meaning that he gets physical and special with resistance. If you guys didn't know, he deals both physical on his basic, and down here on his special, he deals special damage on his special. So he gets kind of a best of both worlds there, which is pretty cool. And then on top of that, his mastery is, like I've been saying, I like a lot, is crit avoidance, protection, and resistance. So let's just say maybe this rework is he deals the massive damage when he hits somebody with Shatterpoint. You don't have to worry about too much damage. I mean, he could get a nice boost from his tactics and his just leveling up in Gear 13 that way. But more importantly, this is very similar to a Talzin, I guess you could say, is if you do not leave, if you just leave this guy as is and you don't go after him, he is going to be annihilating a team for one, and then if you do happen to go after him, he's going to be hard to kill with the crit avoidance, protection, and resistance. This guy could be just nutty. I mean, devastating damage if left unchecked, it says right here. Come on, bring it to the game. Bring me a new reworked Mace that can do something crazy like that. This guy's relic, I think, will be a top tier relic. I mean, just think of the possibilities, like running this guy as a 5th under Padme with another relic or another high level Anakin relic. That would just be a disgusting team, and that could be a possible meta, but we'll have to see. All right, so now onto the video, the part of the video that I just think are just guaranteed to be good relics as is right now. There's going to be a list of them I'm going to show up on the screen right here. Okay, so these are pretty dang obvious ones. Han Solo, Malak, DR, Chewie, Grievous, GMY. All these ones with the pluses are going to be solid ones. The double pluses meaning they could even be, you know, better. I'm not going to go too into the specifics. All you got to know is Malak gets a lot more health steal with more, you know, a lot more tankiness to him. So just think about the extra health steal you're gonna be getting. It's gonna be disgusting. DR just more damage, Han more damage, Chewie more damage and defense penetration. Grievous gets more crit rating, and I think he gets more critical damage. That's pretty cool. I think Grievous could be even better than he is now, which is just insane to think about. And then GMY gets more damage, I think, as well. And then, well, like all these plus tunes are just ones that DPS oriented, and then that's pretty cool. The ends are neutral ones that aren't looking too crazy, but they're gonna probably be like average ones, so probably nothing to look into. But if you are like a whale and you have a lot of different options, I mean, these are probably good ones as well. Like CLS, B2, Spirit, and Basel Fall are really good ones. And then these ones with the little dash, these are minuses. They're not, you know, crazy good. Again, if you're a whale, you could probably invest in some of these, but they're not necessary, I don't think. And that's pretty much the ones that I think at least are just really average. You know, like, you already know these guys are gonna be good, like this top of the list with the pluses. So here's just a little list here, guys. And now that I'm thinking about it, guys, there's two that come to my mind that weren't listed in that list that we just saw right there. They're both Galactic Republic, so let's just go to that tag. One we mentioned at the very beginning of this video was Fives. We didn't go over too much of his details, but let's just talk about Fives for a little bit. Fives, with his tactical awareness, whenever another 501st clone is defeated, he dies instead, and they get all of his bonuses, like his max HP, protection, speed, and offense. And that's just crazy. I mean, you think of a Gear 13 level 7 relic. Let's just see what his stats actually give. He gives more damage, HP, and armor. So all of those stats that they're going to be potentially getting is going to be just increased tenfold. And on top of that, his mastery is health steal, armor, and protection, which is just disgusting. We saw Clash's video about his Barris team and in the clones there with R2, and that's going to be a pain in the butt, even more so than it is now. And this could be a potential defense just god. I mean, you just think of how hard it's going to kill this guy. You're going to have to bring in some really disgusting team to beat this, and this Fives, I think, should be something to look into as well. Another one here is R2. I think R2 with a number crunch is going to be pretty important as well. Number crunch, you pretty much, especially in like a GR team, you're going to get a lot more offense. And at Gear 13 with the Relics, you're going to get even more offense. His attribute is tactics, gives out more special and physical damage with some nice resistance. And on top of that, this mastery gives you crit avoidance, and the whole running theme of this video is crit avoidance. Is really, low-key really good, I think. The crit avoidance is on R2, so pretty much what we're going to be getting here is more damage, because you also get more damage with this mastery. I mean, crit avoidance, being able to deal some big damage and giving out the big damage to all the other allies is going to be huge. On top of that, he's going to be hard to kill with the crit avoidance. So I think R2 is another really, really good one to invest in as well. So just to wrap this video up, I know it's kind of long here, but I think ones to look into here are ones that have crit avoidance with some good damage, and ones that really, synergize well with their kits and stat boosts that they give out to their team as well. And there's a few of them in the game that I know of is 5s and R2. And like the talisman we mentioned with the crit avoidance and damage, that's pretty cool as well. So these are just some that I think are really, really good. If you guys think I missed out on anything, let me know as well. Like I said, there's ones that I think are lower ones that people haven't really noticed, or they haven't looked into too much. And then there's like the obvious ones like the Maliks and all those sort of stuff. So let me know if you guys think there's any ones that you think could be really potentially good here. But that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please give me a like here, share it around, and sub if you guys are new here. I do a lot of different videos on this game. Besides that, we have a Discord and a Patreon link if you guys want to go check out those two. That's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Let me know again what you guys think in the description below in the comments. And thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you later.